This is what our metropolitan area looks like. Amen? All of us here together. Immigration policy right now of this administration is criminal. It's criminal. It amounts to concentration camps, and it amounts to the abuse of families, of nations, and of children, and we do not want that to take place here in Washington, D.C., in Tacoma, D.C. Now, we're going to do a number of things this evening because we just didn't want to have a rally that was angry, but we wanted to reflect what we believe that our city needs to look like, that our whole area needs to look like. Diverse, made up of every color, made up of every gender, made up of people from different lifestyles and sexual preferences. We're here together as one people, standing up and saying no to these kinds of draconian policies, saying no to the Trump administration, saying no to Douglas Jamal. Let me repeat that name, Douglas Jamal, who owns this and agreed to rent to a private contractor to open up a detention center. Let me tell you a story, and then we'll move on. At 3400 New York Avenue, Douglas Jamal owned a building there that he agreed to rent to a halfway house of returning citizens from prison to come and restart their life. And then mysteriously, without announcement, reneged on the agreement, basically jeopardizing returning citizen services in Washington, D.C. So we're saying if he could pull a contract on returning citizens, then he needs to pull the contract on this private contractor. It's clear what he needs to do, because we are not going to go away, and we're going to hold him accountable to all that we need to hold him accountable for. Now we have Brother Ron Moulton from Don't Mute D.C. that's going to be our co-MC tonight, along with Megan from Many Languages, One Voice. And we're going to do it a little bit differently, because we're going to have music, we're going to have sacred drumming, we're going to have songs, we're going to have a night where we can culturally engage with each other and be a community. To be a community that is whole, not a community that is broken, and to stand against the broken community that this administration creates over and over again. And so I want to invite forward one of the pastors from the Tacoma Park Seventh-day Adventist Church, Pastor, there you are, Pastor Nixon. And I'm inviting him because when it looked like it was going to rain, I went and knocked on the door just a few minutes before we gathered, and the pastor received me, and I said, if it pours down rain, can we go into your church? And he said, of course. And therefore I want him to greet us, because he is surely an ally in this struggle.
Thank you, Reverend. Good evening, everybody. I'm thankful to have you here. As you can see, our church is right there. We heard that this was happening tonight. We're in the middle of a revival, and we canceled our revival meeting tonight so we can be a part of this with you. Because we believe in this. And I want to just read a text of scripture that I believe this is why. This is our mantra. This is why we believe this is supposed to be happening. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 7. Beloved, let us love one another. For love is from God, and whoever loves has been born and knows God. Anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. There's no way that we can have such hateful policies and claim to know God at the same time. So here we are trying to love on you. We welcome you to the area. We have our building right here behind us. That's our church. Well, this is our office building. If you need to use the restroom or get some water or anything like that, we'll let you inside, and you can do that so that we can make sure you're part of us and we have a nice situation here as your neighbor. God bless you. We hope this is going to go well. We know that God is going to be in this, and he's in it already. We know that God is using you, Reverend. Thank you for inviting us to be a part of this.
Thank you. Give it up. Give it up. And we're going to have some sacred drumming to help center us down and bring us into a place of harmony this evening. Are our drummers here?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Uptown Boys!
Hey everyone, my name's Sebi. I'm from the Piscataway Indian Nation, and these are our ancestral homelands. And we just wanted to share a song with y'all to open the space today.
and Thanksgivings. My name is Gabrielle Tayak. I'm a proud mother, daughter, sister, friend, neighbor, ally, and relative here in the People's Republic of Tacoma Park. I'm also a proud member of the Piscataway Indian Nation, the indigenous people of this place, and we have been resisting and fighting and loving against this violence and erasure that is trying to come right here to this building for more than 400 years. And I know that my relatives here, African American people, Latinas people, all people, we've known what this has been since before 1619, and I will tell you, my friends, no pasará. No pasará. They will not pass. They will not come into our community or any community to commit violence and fear upon any of our people, upon any of our neighbors. I want to tell you that we will not be erased. We will be here. We'll be standing up for all our children, as we always have. For those of you who are nuestros jóvenes, nuestros sobrinos que están aquí, que tienen miedo, yo voy a decir que ustedes son de nosotros. Ustedes son parte de nosotros y ellos no pueden tenerles. They cannot take you. You belong to us. So with that, Reverend Hegler, all of my relatives, I can't believe that I'm sitting here standing in downtown Tacoma Park imagining that this place would be such a place of fear. But we're showing them today this is a place of love, and we will win. We will win. Venceremos, venceremos, venceremos.
Let's give them a round of applause, y'all. Next, we're going to bring up the Ward 4 Council Member, Brandon Todd.
Well, good evening, everybody. This crowd really reflects our DC values. We are all here today to reject, come on, you got to say it with me, everybody. We are here today to reject Donald Trump immigration policies. We are here to reject a 244-bed facility for unaccompanied minors. We are here to reject Douglas Jamal's proposal. We are here to reject the federal contractor's proposal, because what we know in the District of Columbia is when you look at a crowd like this that has black, white, you see all religions represented. We are here with clergy, with union support. Everybody is here today to denounce the plan to house 242 people in the District of Columbia, in Virginia, or in Maryland. We're going to reject that notion. Right? And we know with all of your support, all of your focus, that we will do everything we can to make sure that not one child enters that facility. Say it with me. Not one child. Not one child. Not one child. In the District of Columbia, we know that housing people in warehouses is not what we do. That's why last year we closed DC General. That's why we opened up 8 facilities across all 8 wards of the District of Columbia, so that we can treat people like human beings, so that we can make sure that people get the services that they need to be able to be well taken care of. And that's exactly why we're going to reject this proposal. Are you with us? Yes, thank you. And thank you to the organizers for pulling us all together. Thank you to Reverend Graylin Hagner. Thank you to Ron Moten. Thank you to our union representatives. And thank you to all of you for rejecting this proposal. Thank you, everybody.
Let me just say one quick note, because I called our council member Brandon Todd, and said we were doing this, and I said I need you to close down the street. And I said, close down the street so that we can have our demonstration. They said, well, apply for a permit. I said, no, close down the street. Look, the street is closed down because of your council member.
I want to say one thing about this. This is about over 20 organizations coming together to put this together. There's no big eyes or no little U's out here. and everybody's coming together to do the right things for the right reasons to get the right results. And that's what this is all about. Our next person we'll bring up is Mayor Kate Stewart, right? From Tacoma Park.
Thank you. I want to first thank the organizers tonight for pulling us together, because this is what community looks like. This is what unity looks like. And I want to see all those signs. Hold up all those signs and take a look around you. This is who we are as a community. And I am proud to stand up here and support Councilmember Todd and Mariel Bowser in saying no to a facility here that would detain children. And I want to be very clear about what we're saying no to here and what we want to say yes to. We are saying no to the current immigration policies that dehumanize individuals. We are saying no to contracts to defense contractors who have only experience training soldiers and engineers and no experience with children. We are saying no to facilities that put over 200 boys and girls aged 12 to 17 together. What are we saying yes to? We are saying yes to taking those millions of dollars and putting them in the hands of the professionals who actually know what they're doing, who will provide these young people with the medical and mental health services they need, who will hire the counselors, the lawyers, the people who will help these young people unite with loved ones and place them in families. That is what we're saying yes to. And for those who say and question why we're opposing this, because I've gotten that question a lot in the last couple of weeks, why would you oppose this? I asked them, why would you support such a thing? Why, given the immigration policies we have now? Why, given the changes that are made daily when we wake up and watch TV, would you ever think that we could stand by and let this happen? Because understand, this is not temporary housing. Once this operation opens, and once operations like this open around the country and these contracts are given, that's the new norm for how we work with young people and how unaccompanied minors are treated in our country. And we're saying no to that tonight. We're saying no to it for these children. We're saying no to it for the children who are here tonight, because we don't want them to grow up in a country where this is normal government procedure. In Tacoma Park, we welcome immigrants of all ages. And if a detention facility goes forward against this strong opposition, I want it to be known that we will welcome people with open arms, and they will know that we see their humanity, and that we will work day in and day out to continue to oppose this. So thank you for coming tonight and being with us. And I'm up here myself. Let's read out some of the signs. What do we got? What's next? Concentration camps, or wait, families belong together. Children belong in communities, not cages. Let our children grow. Immigrants make America great. No person is illegal. Yes, no person is illegal. Migrant. Never again is now. All children should be free. Take a look around at the signs. Take a look around at your neighbors, your friends. We are one community.
Let's give her a round of applause, y'all. If you are with an organization and once the guest speakers finish and you would like to speak, you're welcome to speak as many people as we can get up here. So we try. This is all about the community coming together. So Megan is going to introduce our next performer, I believe. And let's give a round of applause to Louis Cadona. Me and that brother go back 25 years doing this work. 25 years in the trenches.
How are we doing tonight, everybody? Can we give them a great big welcome? Here comes Son Cositas Serias.
How's everybody doing? Thank you for being here. We are Son Cositas Serias here from Washington, D.C., and we play son jarocho music, which is music of resistance of southern Mexico. We're here because we oppose any jail, anytime, anywhere, not just here, but everywhere. It's time to change the system of colonialism, imperialism, and capitalism, which is what's bringing all the jails to our neighborhoods. And I'm so glad to be here today with Son Cositas Serias, because this is a great event, because it gets together both the fight against bad immigration policies and also the fight for the people that come out of jail and don't have a place to go and don't have a way to reinsert themselves into society. So we're here for everybody today. Next, that was La Bamba, which is almost 150 years old, and it still survives with the Afro-Indigenous influence in the Americas. The next song is called Mr. President, and it's pretty much a dedication to all the presidents that have been in power in this country forever, having created the problems that we have today. It's not just the president that we have today, it's every single one that preceded him.
el limón, pero no me gusta la deportación. Me gusta la lima, me gusta el limón, pero no me gusta la deportación.
Señor presidente, le vengo a cantar que los inmigrantes se van a quedar. Señor presidente, le vengo a cantar que los inmigrantes se van a quedar. Me gusta melón, me gusta sandía, pero no me gusta tanta policía. Me gusta melón, me gusta sandía, pero no me gusta tanta policía. No me gusta. ¡Fuera de aquí!
Gracias.
Negative things happen when positive people do nothing. Negative things happen when positive people do nothing. My friends, I'm glad that everybody's come out today. But what I want everybody to understand, this is not the first transgression that Douglas Jamal has done against our city. Let me give you a little history about Douglas Jamal. Douglas Jamal came to D.C. decades ago, and there's a record shop called The Wiz. And he made a lot of money off of poor people in this city. And he built himself up off of us. And now we're the same people who he's come to turn his back on. 3400 New York Avenue, like Reverend Hagler said, there was a halfway house, we call them reentry centers, that was being set up by a qualified entity that provides quality services for returning citizens. He made a deal and he backed out. Then clergy and a group of returned citizens met with him. And he promised us that he would save the halfway house, considering that we would be pushed out to Baltimore and Delaware. And I said to say, to go along with the words that Martin Luther King said, he said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And when we don't pay attention to issues that go on New York Avenue, somehow they make it to our community. Just like when people didn't pay attention to things that happened with Hitler or other people who made transgressions against humanity, it magnifies, and before you know it, it's happening everywhere. So we can't wait till it comes into our backyard to get up and do something. As a group, we got to all work together to attack all the wrongs that we see in our society. So we're asking everybody from this day on, when we see wrong, do something. It's not just enough to get on social media and make a quote. It's not just enough to comment and point a finger. We have to actively come together like we are today and have an action-oriented goal and structured plan of action to deal with people like Douglas Jamal. Douglas Jamal is a billionaire, but guess what? He still needs you and our city and our money to develop all these properties that he has in his city. And we have the power to hold him accountable and stop him. So I beg you to continue to organize and come together. This is not a color issue, this is a right and wrong issue. And when good people come together for what's right, we win. When we united, we win. When we divided, we fall. And today, we are united. Today, we are one. Black, brown, black and white, young and old, Christians, Catholics, Muslims, everybody, we are one. We are one. But please, not let this be one day of us being one. We're in some trying times, not just in D.C., throughout our country. People who've been in D.C. for decades are being pushed out. People, it doesn't matter what ward you're in, it's coming your way. When your taxes rise above your income, when your property taxes rise, it doesn't matter whether you poor or middle class, you get pushed out. So we don't come together to support legislation and regulations that help us all, then we all lose, y'all. So I thank you all. We're going to bring my next speaker. County Councilwoman Denny Tavares from Prince George's County. Let's give her a round of applause for coming to Tacoma Park to unify with us.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I represent the district right over the border on the other side, an area that is 90% immigrant, foreign-born. So this is targeting us. This is targeting my community. But let's look at the track record. 7 people have already died. 7 children have already died under the custody of ICE since this drama started under this administration. We've had over 5,000 kids alleged sexual assault under ICE, under this custody. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about 1,500 kids. 1,500 kids that don't know where their parents are after family separation because they never kept track. So we don't know where we're going to send these kids to. Look it up. It's over the last 12 months. That's the track record. And now we're giving $20 million to a company that has zero clue what they're doing in regards to these children and the trauma that they've experienced. We will not dirty our hands and have blood on our hands with what this administration is doing. And I urge you all to fight to stop what's happening here. But with that, I just want to say that the sad part is that this is a company that is in my county. And I'm ashamed to say that for a buck, people have stayed silent. But we have to speak up, even when it's unpopular. We have to speak up and represent our community. When we have children, because they're saying 12 to 17, where we don't even know when the deadline is for when they can get out. When the Flores settlement has been taken off, that means that kids could be detained indefinitely. Indefinitely. They're saying this is not a jail. They're saying this is not a jail, but they can't walk out. They can't walk out. This is a jail for our children, and they've criminalized something that is a human right. We have to stand up. We have to stand up. So with that, I just want to say thank you for coming out today. Thank you for supporting this cause. Thank you for supporting my community and the children that I represent. Thank you. Thank you. Let's keep it going.
Hey, good evening. How you doing? My name's Megan Egg. I get to work with Many Languages, One Voice, and these wonderful people that are about to speak here with you. I want to say two things before I introduce them. One is I think it's really great that elected officials have come out to say no to this, but some of those officials have accepted money from the same developer. They need to give that money back. That's dirty money, and it should go back. So there's that. Or even better, make a contribution in the amount that you received from Douglas Jamal. That are being kept about how much you've been given. We know you get those money through tax. We know you get that money in other ways. We're giving you an opportunity to declare that money, go public with it, and we will be coming to you. So, thank you for coming out tonight to all the elected officials who showed their support. We want you to put some money on the line. As reparations. The other thing I guess I want to say here is this shit is real. My 18-year-old daughter wanted to be with us tonight. When she was 12, she fought against her own dad's deportation. She's a lion. Her name's Juanita. I love her. I backed her. She fought a national fight with our friends at Indalan, at Detention Watch Network, and many, many others with Jobs with Justice who got behind her to help her win that fight, because we don't win these fights alone. We don't. And so I want all of you to know that they have been taking people away. And that's not just about the recent raids. This happens for us all the time. They are always taking us away. But it has a price, right? My 12-year-old daughter, after that happened, started suffering from self-harm and anorexia, internalizing the evil of imperialism and the prison industry that's jailing all our people. This stuff hypes up her trauma, and she harms herself, or she would be here with us tonight. There is a cost. So I think I want to be really clear as well about MLF's stance here, is that we're not just against no children at all being in detention or no immigrant detention. We are against any manner of detention. All right, that's all I got to say. If you'll take a moment of silence for my daughter, Juanita, who's still fighting the fight, and send her all the love and energy. I think that's what helped her pull through the last time she was in the hospital. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass the mic to Jairo Valencia from Many Languages, One Voice. All right, I'm going to pass the mic to Alexis Vigil from Como Sea Collective.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all good? Y'all so beautiful, and I'm so happy to see all of y'all. it makes me feel with like so much pride that like I have a community that cares about people that look like me, right? That cares about people that's not gonna let rich people come through and dictate what the fuck we're doing in our communities. So it feels so good to see all of y'all here. And so today I just wanted to talk about kind of along the same lines that Megan was talking about, that DC claims to be a sanctuary city. They sit on these words like, oh, we a sanctuary city. Like, you know, it's nice. We got bagels, we got brunch, we got all this shit. Like, we real hip. But the truth is, ICE still is in our communities. ICE is going to businesses, getting people at work, talking to their bosses, saying, yo, I'm looking for so-and-so. And the boss is like, I don't know who you're talking about. What happens? They come back, they go to their apartments, they're waiting for people when they get home from work. Then the kids come back and they don't know where their parents are. So we're not a sanctuary city. DC jail still cooperates with ICE. People get locked up for the smallest of charge. And as soon as they get locked up, they get put in one set of chains and get put in another set of chains. So why are we lying? Why are we telling people that we're a sanctuary city? Where are my elected officials? Be honest to me. I'm big, you know what I'm saying? I went to school. DCPS is great. You know, I'm a critical thinker. All that stuff. Be straight up with me. Don't lie. We're not a sanctuary city. And now you want to do this, right? And now you want to do this. And y'all still take money from this guy. What's money? What's money? What you gonna do with all this money? This earth is burning and y'all care about money. Entonces, muchas gracias a toda la gente. Thank y'all. Muchas gracias a toda la gente que vino hoy. Me llena de alegría y tanto orgullo ver gente aquí que quiera a su ser humano. Que cuando él mira a su vecino, él mira a una persona con dignidad, right? A person with dignity. When I look at my neighbor, that person has dignity just as I do. So, entonces estoy tan alegre que están aquí hoy con todos nosotros. Yo quiero hablar hoy sobre la idea que Washington DC es una ciudad santuario, cuando no es. La migra sigue en nuestras comunidades. Las cárceles siguen entregando nuestra gente a ICE. Y ahora quieren construir un centro de detención aquí. Y aquí estamos hoy para decir, aquí no, nunca, nunca, nunca. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you. My name is Jairo Valencia. I work in many languages, one voice, and I work in the immigration program. And for the last 4 months in Enlo, we have been helping families to release kids that have been in a detention center in Texas. Right now we have more than 40 kids that we liberate from Texas. They were for 2 or 3 months in those detention centers, and those kids, some of them are here in the middle of you, and you cannot recognize them because they are part of our communities right now. And like my friend said, my friend Alexis started talking about sanctuary, but for me those kind of words doesn't matter. I don't care about those kind of words. The important sanctuary is each of one, you, and my community. That's my sanctuary for me. I don't care about the politician, I don't care about the system. This is my real sanctuary, is you, the people that are helping all the immigrants like me. Like when I came here as a refugee from my country, I came, all the immigrants came here, not as a tourist. We don't came here like a tourist. We came for real reason to save our lives. Because my country, our countries has been destroyed by the system, and it's the same system that you have here. And I'm going to speak in Spanish right now because I feel better when I say my thing. Yeah. I'm sorry about the people that don't speak Spanish, but I'm going to speak in Spanish because I want to speak my heart.
Somebody there is actually on the conviction.
Ningún crimen, solamente por el hecho de haber tratado de salvar sus vidas sus países. Ser inmigrante no es un delito. Ser inmigrante es un derecho humano. Ser inmigrante es un derecho reconocido por leyes internacionales y por la Carta de las Naciones Unidas. Being immigrant is a human right. This is the only country that haven't signed the international rights. It means this country violating the human rights bill of the United Nations. Somos inmigrantes y tenemos derecho a cruzar fronteras porque estamos salvando nuestras vidas, porque nuestros países están siendo destruidos por un sistema, y ese sistema capitalista que destruye, destroza, arruina y destruye nuestros países, forza guerras provocadas incluso por este país, que destruyen nuestras selvas, destruyen nuestros países, nuestras comunidades para extraer los recursos naturales, como pasa en mi Amazonas. Yo vengo de Sudamérica y estoy viendo la destrucción por políticas criminales que nacen de un sistema capitalista que es criminal por naturaleza, porque es el dinero lo que los mueve. Aquí estamos reconstruyendo nuestras vidas con gente linda como todos ustedes, porque esa es la verdadera razón del ser humano. Tener dignidad, vivir en solidaridad, los unos a los otros ayudándonos, sin importar el color de piel, el origen, el pensamiento, la cultura, pero sí importándolo todo para poder construir una comunidad fuerte. Nosotros aquí en Washington, D.C., los inmigrantes, los que hemos sido forzados, los refugiados, los inmigrantes nuevos, tenemos el soberano derecho humano a la identidad desde el día en que nacemos. Y la identidad significa que podemos estar en cualquier lugar del mundo y exigir el derecho a tener un ID como mínimo, porque eso es un derecho humano también. Los documentos son un simple papel de porquería que legitima a la persona dentro de un territorio. Pero nosotros, que somos descendientes de indígenas, somos hijos de todas las Américas y tenemos derecho de movernos. Y aquí estamos y no venimos sino a aportar con lo que traemos de nuestra historia, a aportar con nuestras manos el trabajo, a vivir con ustedes y compartir y ser un país digno. Este país tiene que ser un país digno que nosotros ayudamos a construir. Y a mí no me preocupan estos sitios, me preocupa el sistema que nos oprime, que nos reprime y nos condena a vivir como si fuéramos nosotros los criminales, cuando los criminales salen de una casa que es blanca aquí en Washington, D.C. Muchas gracias a todos y de corazón, y con todos, siempre juntos, y siempre ustedes son nuestro santuario.
We got a performance coming up.
Esta tierra es tuya, esta tierra es mía, desde California hasta Nueva York, desde los bosques hasta los mares. Esta tierra es tuya y mía también. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the ocean water, this land was made for you and me. As I was walking the ribbon highway, I saw above me the endless skyway. I saw below me the golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Esta tierra es tuya, esta tierra es mía. It's an honor to me to be with Lucy Murphy. My name is Lilo Gonzalez, and I came to this country with no paper in 1981. I'm glad and thankful of Tacoma Park when they became a sanctuary. And I can imagine, my kid Lilito was 2.5 when we crossed El Rio Grande. When I saw the picture of this kid, who died with a father, I saw myself there. I crossed with my mom, with my compañera, with Lilito and myself by El Paso. And I lived for 4 years with no paper, no green card, no social security, nothing. I drove with no driver license. So we are here in solidarity with our brothers and sisters. We'll do one more song. And I would like some help with the percussion. This is a song. It's a Nigerian song from Nigeria. And Carlos Santana made it famous, well-known in Augusto 50 years ago. It's called Jingo. I changed the lyric, and I have some of my students. So help me, Hugo. Help me to sing. I teach little ones. So, ready? We need some help. We need some help with it. Ready? You are going to repeat. Ready? Ready? Cha-cha-cha. Ready? One more time. Help me, Hugo. Building bridges from the south, from the north, from the east, from the west, from the plain to the eagle, flying high with the wind, with the pie, con el humo de la paz. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. Lilo, you can go to mrlilo.com. I'm doing another CD. That's it. Do we want more song? All right. Let's see.
Mother's Day. My children are hungry. They're sick from the heat.
fair. While I sow the clothes for others to wear, and you take my money. You think I don't see? You use it to fire on women like me. I live in a dump. My landlord's no good while I clean the house in a rich neighborhood. And you take my money. You take my money. You think I don't see. You think I don't see. You use it to fire on women like me. I wanted my children to have a good skill, but they go in your army and you teach them to kill. Why you take my children? You think I don't see? You teach them to fire on women like me. Now rifles and guns won't win any war unless you got something that's worth fighting for. But you take my children. You think I don't see. You teach them to fire on women like me. But you take my children.
Lucy Murphy, thank you very much.
By Peter Jones.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
Please join me in welcoming two wonderful brothers. First, my brother Abel Nunez from Caresen, who's day in and day out is doing all the work for the people, in particular from Central America. All right, how's everybody doing out there? Are we ready for the fight? All right, let's give it up for Lilo, for all the artists that were up here that are elevating our spirits and getting us ready for the fight to come. And I can't wait to hear some go-go. Are we ready for some go-go? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you. Again, my name is Abel Nunez. I'm the Executive Director of the Central American Resource Center, Caresen. And I just really want to say a couple of things. One, we must continue to fight against private industry making money out of the misery of brown and black people. It is time for us to stand up, because this is not just about immigrants and children, but this is about our African brothers that are in jail and they're coming back and could not have a center, a re-entry point in our city. And we must fight for them as they fight for us today. And we must unite, because together we will win the victory, because we are right. We are right, and we must continue to fight. We must make sure that this is our city, including Tacoma that's just across the street. And we will not tolerate kids being warehoused. We will not tolerate when landlords renege on contracts that would allow people that are coming out of our jails to re-enter into our community. Because we dictate what we want in our community, and we want everyone to have every opportunity to live free. So you know what? To live up to what they teach us in school about what it says in the constitutions, because that includes us. because we are the one making America great, and we must remember that. And our brothers and sisters, African Americans, have been making this country great, and they have not had the voice. So it's our time to come together and show them this, show them the love of us coming together, making sure that we're fighting for one another, that we are not allies, but co-conspirators, because we will go to jail for each other. We will fight to each other to the end. So let's keep the fight going. Let's enjoy this great music. Let's bring our allies together, and let's continue the fight. Thank you so much. Si se puede!
My universal family, please join me in welcoming my compadre, my good brother, and council member Gabe Alvarez from Montgomery County Council.
Buenas noches, damas y caballeros. How are we doing tonight? I look out at this beautiful audience and I see the tapestry that represents this great country that we have in the United States of America. I see people from different generations, different backgrounds, all coming together in solidarity to support children, youth, and families across this country right now that are in unbelievable distress. We stand united against the hate and against the madness of this presidential administration that is trying to make criminals out of 2-year-olds. We will not, as a community, be complicit in this madness. And that's why we stand united. From the Montgomery County Council to the Prince George's County Council to the D.C. City Council in opposition to this madness. Mahatma Gandhi once said the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service to others. Tonight we find ourselves into the service of the voiceless. I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. Muchísimas gracias por todo lo que están haciendo para apoyar comunidades y apoyar gente que no están aquí y no pueden dar su voz. Thank you all so much.
And now, without any further ado, I have the pride and the honor of introducing my boss and Montgomery County Executive Mark Eldridge.
There is no way this can be allowed to become a children's jail. This is not an acceptable outcome, and we need to be able to stand up. And I'm really happy to see that the mayor of D.C. is standing to fight this as well. Anybody who knows anything about the history of Central America knows that the United States set it on fire.
Civilian Review Board that protects us against police violence. Giving us a real Civilian Review Board that protects us against police violence. Give us a real Civilian Review Board that protects us against police violence. Give us a real Civilian Review Board that protects us against police violence. Give us a real Civilian Review Board that protects us against police violence. Give us a real Civilian Review Board that protects us against police violence. Give us a real Civilian Review Board that protects us against police violence. Give us a real Civilian Review Board that protects us against police violence. Give us a real
legal force. So Montgomery County is going to continue to do what our state's attorney said we should do, which is not hold people beyond the time they're normally held. We're not going to hold them to turning over to ICE. And I want everyone to know that this is county policy, and Gabe and the entire council have endorsed this policy. So I'm happy to be here and happy to work on it. I'm really glad to see all of you here.
That protects us against police violence. Give us a real...
Give them a round of applause. We appreciate them for coming out.
That protects us against police violence.
So next, you all, we're going to have the uncalled for band. There's a little tiny name, because this right here is uncalled for. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Say, this is uncalled for. This is uncalled for. This is uncalled for. Listen, when we get to the point where we have people cages, to put children in a building where they can't come outside, we're going in a terrible place. Even if you don't agree the way some things are happening, we know that putting the children in a building is going to be traumatizing them. And when you traumatize people like we're doing in America right now, and they don't get help, that's when you turn the TV on and you see things and you say, how could somebody do something like that? That's the effect of a system that traumatizes people and leave them hanging. We're not going to let that happen in Washington, D.C. And these guys right here, I remember 25 years ago, I came home from prison, and it was a group called Ceasefire Don't Smoke the Brothers and Sisters at 14th and Buchanan Street. And we had a mayor by the name of Marion Barry at the time, and he was cautious enough to give him the money to buy a property on 14th Street to help change young guys like me. Today, that's the only property on 14th Street that's owned by African American, right? And we're in the process of doing something like that across town, but for some reason, people want to fear black politicians that there's something wrong with helping black people, that there's something wrong with helping minority people. That's what we get in D.C. I just want y'all to know what we are going through. Anytime somebody tries to step up and help us, people of color, whether you black, brown, or whatever, it seems like there's something wrong with it. You can find something wrong with it. I took a group of gay children that were terrorizing Gallery Place because nobody wanted to help them. And they were kicked out of school because they were bullied and beat. And the city was spending $1 million a year in a police detail to deal with them down Gallery Place. I took them with no money, and transformed the leaders into an enterprise that helped transform Anacostia, right? But now gentrification is coming, and a council member decides to save some businesses over there that belong to African Americans. And then people say, we don't know if we should do that. That's what we're dealing with in Washington, D.C. right now. And see, I'm not the type of person that's going to be silent and act like these things are not going on. That's what we're dealing with in D.C. And we have to come together and solve it, because one of the reasons why a lot of people came to D.C. is because it was a very diverse place where people could come together and enjoy this city. But the minute you make this city for one group of people, and when people can't come together, then we're in a dangerous situation. So when you leave here today, I ask you to think about that, because we want to keep D.C. a great city and make it a better city. But we cannot do that if we don't come together as a collective and address this injustice that we see from here to New York Avenue, to Anacostia, to Ward 4, to Ward 8, to Ward 7, to Ward 3. And we cannot keep doing what we're doing. They want to put these children on the island. They want to put returned citizens on the island. Everybody says they don't want us. But everybody says we so liberal. Show us that you're really liberal. Show me that you're really liberal, the liberal person that you say you are. Because we talk it until it's time to really do it. Let's be about what we talk about, y'all, when we leave here. Without further ado, y'all ready? We're going to bring up UCB, y'all. Let's give a round of applause. We got one more person coming up. Hey, Ram, can you let the stage down? We got one person to come up on the stage. Okay. Once again, we want to thank you all for coming out on last minute notice. This was put together in a matter of days. We want to thank all the organizations that came together to do this, but this can't be the end. Also, Megan, can you let people know the petition so people can sign the petition, and we can also keep them engaged in what's going on? Can you announce the petition? Megan still here? other thing we got to do, when people don't serve our interests, we got to get them up out of there. And when people don't serve our interests, they should not be allowed to develop in our city. And we have the power to stop it. He may have millions, but the people got the power, y'all. The people have the power. And the problem is, many of us in this city have been convinced that we don't have any power. But we have the power. Also, I want to thank my colleague, partner, Tone P for Don't Mute DC. This is the brother who does a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, but he also produced 2 of the hits for Wale. So he's an internationally known producer, but he also is one of the pioneers of the Don't Mute DC movement. Also, I want to announce, while they prepare a couple of things that we have going on, we have a big event, Don't Mute DC to Don't Mute NOLA, talking about gentrification and culture terrorism that's going on in DC and in NOLA, and it's going to be in the African American Museum, History Museum, on the 22nd of September. So we're going to have a conversation, and we're taking the backyard band inside the museum. This will be the first go-go band to perform there. Also, at the Eaton Hotel on the rooftop, we're going to be honoring women in go-go, and they're going to be performing on the rooftop. So we have several events going on, and many to be announced. The other thing, if you all are interested in talking about us all coming together in the city, we have a special conversation talking across cultures that's going to go on the 4th. And it's going to take place at the Reeves Center in the Shaw community, where the Don't Mute DC movement started, where Mochella started, where everything started, right? And it's going to be a conversation trying to pull people together to really talk about the issues and the divide. We can't deal with this stuff. So, follow me on Instagram, Facebook. I'll be tomorrow. We want diverse communities to register so we can have real conversations that will move us forward. And it's organized by Don't Mute DC, Howard University, Natalie Hopkinson, and the Humanities Council. So we thank you all for this, and we need you to get involved, because if we don't talk about the problem and acknowledge it, we cannot fix it.
We a big band full of energy, full of spirit.
What's up, y'all? What's up? How y'all doing today? Y'all doing okay? Y'all looking good, looking good, looking good. That's what's up. We are UCB, uncalled for. This is our second run. Yeah.
With all this trouble in the world, we all need some unity, some love, some peace and kindness. Let's go, DB. There's far too many. There's far too many. Talk to the people. My head spinning, really want two women. Burn out these handles and body beyond limits. They all rested. Give a hand on my hand. Yeah. Girls all the got. What's that lady? How we feeling? Hello. Really how they come to the top to the G. Walk it fitness just to give us 1 minute. You gon' go where you can see it on, but never stay with it. Don't make I smell it all split. Come on. Strictly for this real, this sweet. Okay, feeling the free. If you know this song, be safe. This was our first hit on the radio. You can sing along with us. We know the crowd participation. Beautiful people. G-Money from Tom Plays. I knew it from the moment that I passed first cross. Next to you, my type of girl, we can take off. We can get together in the wind and get lost. I can free your mind from the rest and no call. Yeah. All the brother need is a #1 call. We can hook up for my next day off. When you can spend the night, when you can spend your evening. Come on, try sing it with me. What it is, what you like, I just want you to say. Give me your number, girl. Roll with it, roll with it. Yeah. Sexy lady. Y'all ready to go apart? I wanna rock your world. Let's have some love. Roll with it, roll with it. Don't be sexy lady. Hey. Give me your number, girl. Roll with it, roll with it. Confronting you